Hi everyone, you reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with a very important video. An important video because today the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. Okay, so there's holding that there is no longer a federal constitutional right to an abortion. And you know what? That's going to impact a ton of people. And so directly, it will impact the female that is in a situation where they feel that they want to use that option or what used to be a federal right to have an abortion or termination of pregnancy. So now what that means is that every state on a local level is going to get to decide whether or not in their state they will allow it to continue to be legal versus illegal, right? And so when I think about this, so many things come to mind. And I'll start by saying this. I really don't want to approach this subject from the angle of, what is right and what is wrong, right? Is there life at conception or does life begin somewhere in between thereafter? And isn't it wrong if you're aborting a baby that is 6 months old versus aborting a baby that is younger than 6 months? Those are all conversations that are valid. I get the point. And really, truly, I believe that, there's a baby, there's life the minute that egg and that sperm meet up and, and life begins. That's what I do believe, right? Also, just to give you a little bit of information about myself, I'm a Christian. I go to church. I believe in every word in the Bible. But there are many things that in the Bible that I believe in the God that I believe in the church that I believe in, that, I fall short. I fall short. So anytime you have sex, right, outside of marriage, it's called fornication and it's a sin and it's not right. And I'm here to tell you that, I have a son. I have never been married. And so there, right, you get it. You get what I'm trying to say. So again, sometimes I think people, they also decide when it comes to things that they feel are right and wrong, they feel that there are different levels to this right and wrong. So it's okay if I fornicate, but it's not okay if I fornicate, get pregnant, and then decide that, I want to terminate this pregnancy. So now that particular person who gets to that particular level, they're looked upon with a scarlet letter, right? They're looked upon, differently than the person who is just out there fornicating and maybe, they were fortunate enough to never get pregnant. So I don't want to go right now for my video purposes into that piece of the conversation. What I want to go into for my conversation is about a person's right? So I feel that whether, anyone else in the world feels that doing that is right or wrong, I feel that the person should have the option to make that decision. And I should not be able to tell them and point my finger and say, no, you cannot make that decision. And when you have a law as such saying that it's not legal, but maybe in the case of if someone violates you and you did not want them to violate you, then it will be okay for you to have one. Then you may get an increase of females claiming that someone violated them, even though it wasn't so. So overturning this opens floodgates that can cause so many more problems than not. And so when you have a law that was in place since 1973, and now you wake up and you decide that you're going to overturn that law for whatever reason you felt you're overturning it for, you don't realize that the impact and the trickle effect is going to be so much bigger and detrimental to the world than you leaving that law the way it was. And at the end of the day, I'm going to say this, right? Do I think that, people who perhaps have to make this decision to terminate a pregnancy all fall into one bucket, that they're just someone that others may consider to be reckless, who are using this as a form of birth control, just don't care about life? Everyone doesn't fall into that bucket that has to unfortunately make the decision to do as such. And my thing is, okay, so you want to make this decision and you're telling a female what to do with their body, but yet the world is okay saying that a woman doesn't have the right to control her own body or make decisions about her own body, but people have the right to carry a firearm and take someone else's life, right? In the name of perhaps self-defense, or in the name of, I just happened to go crazy that day and I decided to go somewhere and just take 10 to 15 lives. I have the right to carry a weapon, but I don't have the right to make a decision about my own body. This is a huge conversation. It brings up so many things. It brings up the fact that we really have to pay attention to laws. We really have to be more vocal. And, I was just in a previous discussion and someone triggered my mind. And I'm thinking, you know what? She may be on to something. She said, I really feel like suing the government, suing the law. And you know what? I really feel like every female should utilize the option, and we should do a class action lawsuit and sue for the right to make a decision about our own body. Here's some of the things I think that this ruling could lead to be problematic. So if I'm a female and I, am home and I am pregnant, and maybe I didn't even know I was pregnant. There's a lot of people out there that they don't even know they're pregnant sometimes, right? Until maybe months later. So maybe I didn't even know I was pregnant. And then maybe just naturally, unfortunately, I begin to miscarry. And I take myself to the emergency room. And I'm in one of these states where they're saying termination of pregnancy is illegal. What if someone in that emergency room just decides by looking at me that, oh, no, she is not having a natural miscarriage. I feel like she tried to force this miscarriage. Are they now going to call the cops? Will I now get arrested? Will I now get charged with, trying to take my baby's own life by doing something to myself? Where does the murky water, the invisible line, where how do we know when you're on one side of the fence or the other? Like, where does the craziness stop? And in addition to that, if someone violates me, I'm not saying right, wrong, or indifferent, but so someone violates me, I get pregnant, and you're saying to me, that's okay, well, now you not only you're going to have to deal with this violation, but you're going to have this baby. And in addition to you having the baby, now is this person that violated me, will they have rights to this baby? And will I have to be forced to allow the person who violated me to come see their child? There's so much more, and this picture is bigger than just whether or not someone is making the decision to have or not have a child. It is way deeper, and we should be more concerned. And what I like to say is this, that today is someone you don't know. Tomorrow, in this particular position where a woman may need to make a decision, it may be your mother, your sister, your niece, your auntie, your cousin, your daughter, okay? It can be your goddaughter. It could be anyone in your life. And I know many people are saying, well, Diva, Do you not care who's speaking for the unborn child, who's speaking for the baby? Understand this. I am by no means saying that I don't have any compassion for the unborn child. I don't care. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is right now I'm dealing with the fact of when they take away right A, the next thing you know, they're taking away right B, they're taking away right C, they're taking away your rights to D, they're taking away your rights to E, and then the next thing you know, you will not be able to do anything without speaking to some authority before you do it. Is that where we're going to? Is that how we want to live? Listen, guys, I may do an actual live on this topic. I'm not sure. It's such a heavy topic. It's a needed topic to have. But chat with me in the comments. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this ruling? What are your thoughts on how it should be handled? And I'm telling you, is going to impact 100% the underprivileged, the people with no money. Why? Because if I have money and I'm in a situation where I need to may perhaps terminate a pregnancy, what's going to happen is I'm going to just book my ticket and go to that state and set everything up in that state where it's legal and then come back home when I'm done. But if I'm one of the unfortunate ones where I don't have the money, then my back is up against a wall. And sometimes desperate people do desperate things. Chat with me in the comments, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit the like button. And I'll see you on the next video.